I was a bit worried when I landed yesterday. It was quite cloudy, a lot of thunders. I landed around 5 something. It took about 30-40 minutes around the Cochin airport. The flight was literally in the sky, hoping to land. First attempt, second attempt, third attempt, and through the window, I could see that a lot of thunder, lightning. Deep in my heart, I was hoping that may the flight land. I was saying few prayers because I don't get to come here often. I remain quite busy with my general duties in the monastery, and also I think this is a time when you all come together. So I thought that it would be really sad if I am not able to come, and also I was starting to have a lot of headache. So I was literally praying sincerely from my heart that may this happen. So when I was coming over here yesterday night, I was also hoping, after having a talk with Ajahn-ji, Ajahn-ji said tomorrow there might be a rain, so let's see. And I was literally hoping that may it not rain tomorrow. For a time being we have this gathering, but also it has been quite difficult in many sense. And it's a big Buddhist community. India is a secular country, a wonderful country where all the people following all the different religions stay in harmony. India has become an example for the whole world. I respect the India and the people of India for being and for living in harmony, regardless of what faith and religion they are following. Nowadays, Indian government is helping a lot of temples around to build a temple, to renovate a temple, at the same time to make a new temple. As you have seen recently, they construct this Ram Mandir over there. So similarly, I hope that in the future, central government or local government also support us, Buddhist community, to have a Buddhist temple. I've been coming here in last 2 years, and luckily there is not much of rain. Otherwise, it's difficult for us Buddhists to even gather at such an area without worrying about rain and stuff. So this is my hope and my prayers that central government or a local government also support our Buddhist community, maybe to have a proper vihara or pagoda. In ancient time, we have a lot of pagodas, but nowadays, slowly, there are very less pagoda that we get to see these days. So as a big community, I think pagoda is very important for us to remain peaceful, to be happy, and to spread the wonderful teachings of Buddha and Babasaheb Ambedkar ji to our neighbors, regardless of whether they follow Buddhist or not. Having this Buddha statue here, some small children may have a strange imprint in their mind. Whenever it is a Purnima or a Vesak Purnima, when the younger children come over here, they might wonder, they might think that, oh, this is our Buddha. So some of the younger children are afraid. Some of the younger children may think that this is how the Buddha used to be, the half. So it is possible, because in the mind of a young children, these kind of things leave a very strong imprint. So sometimes I feel like we should just add the other half part. so that it looks like a complete Buddha. So that children, when they come here, when they see the Buddha, they think it as a proper, a guide and teacher, rather than a murti, a half murti, which gives them imprint of a some of them might think that Buddha used to be a half of what, because slowly, for example, when you go to a Hindu temple, you get to see Ganesha, and Ganesha has this elephant-shaped face. I will not go through the story of that, the Parvati, Shiva, and then whatever happened. I will not go too much into that. But still, when they see that, they used to think that, and they literally imagine that's how it is. It is how it is. But when they see this Buddha statue, some of the children may feel, or it may give them strange imprint of half Buddha, or they might wonder that my Buddha, my Lord and my Buddha was not a complete person. It was like a half person or something. So it might lead a strange imprint. The reason why I am saying this is that as a reminder for younger minds, at the same time, the genuine Buddha and Buddhist should remain in your mind, in your heart. Doesn't matter whether we may not have a wonderful pagoda, we may not have wonderful statues like other religion, we may not have a wonderful temples like other religion. We should have, what is more meaningful is to have a wonderful Buddha statue in your mind. You will make your body like a Buddha's temple and your mind a Buddha statue where all this Buddha's knowledge is engraved. Each and every one of you, I'm especially talking to the younger minds. Each and every one of you you have a potential to be the light in this world, to be the light in the whole country. Just imagine one person, Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, how much Baba Sahib ji left a positive for example, the Indian Constitution, the amount of effort, the amount of contribution in the Indian Constitution, and just imagine how many people it has served to give the right, to give the justice. If the Indian court or constitution is giving justice to the poor, to the weaker, to the victim, Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji has a contribution to that. Regardless of, even if you are following Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, or any other religion, if you have received certain justice from Indian constitution, then you should have a respect towards Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, because it is Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji's huge contribution to the constitution of Indian government. So each and everyone in this whole country, if one has received directly or indirectly any justice from Indian court or police or however, Indian rules and regulation or constitution, one should have a respect towards Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji. And the reason why I'm saying this is that you should also, especially younger minds, children, you should study hard. You, each and every one of you, have a potential to become a great person like Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, who can literally bring light in the life of each and everyone in this country and in this world. If you respect Buddha, we naturally respect the parents of Buddha. We respect that. And in similar, in Hinduism, they respect certain animals, like maybe for those people who follow Shivji, they respect the bull. Those who respect Krishna, they respect cow, isn't it? So similarly, those who respect Buddha, you should respect Buddha's mother. Because the close associate or the bond from there, or to help to you to raise, we should feel gratitude towards that. So similarly, those who get benefited from the Constitution of India should have respect towards Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, regardless of what you following, who you following, what religion you belong to, and whatever. One should have a respect towards Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji. And also those who respect the Constitution of India should respect not only Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, but also those sincere followers of Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, so that they also have a proper right, equal right, at the same time equal rights of prayer practices. And from that angle, I think it's very important that those followers of Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji are treated equally, and also, from a very small perspective, I think having a proper temple in different areas is a very important. And those, if you don't have, try to approach to the local government or a central government. I think this is our right. When Ram Mandir can be built, I think we also deserve certain temple in certain areas where there are a lot of followers of Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji who would like to follow Buddhism. With this, I would like to make one part. So the second part, I would like to talk some teachings of Buddha and how it can help to bring happiness in your life. If you respect Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, then I think you should respect the followers of Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji. And to respect our followers, especially to respect the younger one, I think it's very important to give a proper education. You may not be able to send the children to an expensive school or college. Nowadays is the time of internet. You should make the best use of internet and let the children, if you teach however you can to the children. If you are not able to teach, try to find some help, so that through internet our children can be educated. Limitless education. Hope that each and every children that we have in our community, they all can become as wonderful, as scholar, as knowledgeable, educated as Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji. So when we respect Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, try to raise our children in a way that they also become like Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji. So education will be our strength. Unfortunately, India is a big country. There are lots and lots of followers, thousands and thousands of followers of Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji. Unfortunately, I really don't know if there is anybody who is follower of Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji in Parliament, Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. I really don't know how many people are there. But I hope in future you all become like Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji. I'm talking about younger children. They all become like Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji and help the whole country to bring peace and happiness. As a Buddhist, as a follower of Buddhist, you should not just say I am Buddhist and there is not much of difference in a real life. As a Buddhist, you are a follower of Buddha and a great being like Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji. So it is very important that you follow in the lifestyle. The following Buddha or following Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji doesn't mean that you just carry the name saying that I am Buddhist. But following Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji or following Buddha means following their steps, following their teachings. And the way to do that is living those teachings. What I mean is to live a life where you don't create problems to the surroundings, you don't create issues in the family. For example, if you are a father, just be very nice to the children. Be very compassionate towards your children, towards your wife, even towards the neighbors. This is how you should be a Buddhist. When somebody do something wrong and apologize to you, accept the apology. When even your kids, you try your best to raise your kids with love and compassion so that you become a different person. Even the surroundings say that, oh yeah, he is a Buddhist. When a person think and say he or she is a Buddhist, person should understand and think and feel that, oh yeah, he is a compassionate one. He is very understanding. He is kind. That's how the identity of Buddhist should be. That's how we should follow Babasaheb Ambedkarji and Lord Buddha. As a Buddhist, in a Buddhist family, generally, anger should not be a solution to solve anything. In a Buddhist family, it is true that in our life, lot of things happen. Sometimes when you expect the children to study, they don't study. When you expect a lot of things in a family. So when expectations are not met, people often get angry as a first reaction. So in the Buddhist family, you should understand, in the good and bad times, the person who is always with you is your family. And in human life, especially those people who get angry, quite often, 90% they get angry to their own family members who help them grow. The family members are always in a good and bad times. Is the family members who are always with you. And in the larger scale, it is the community that is always with you in a good and a bad time. But when a person get angry, the first person that he show the angry is those people who help him or help her. It's like a fire. Who help the fire to grow? It is the fuel. Maybe let's say a wood. The wood help the fire to grow. The fire grow from the wood. But the fire burn the wood, which is like a mother. Wood is like a mother from where the fire grow. But fire burn the wood, mother, which help the fire. If you remove the wood, there is no fire. If you remove the fuel, there is no fire. But what the fire does is burn the thing that help the fire to grow. So similarly, anger is exactly like the fire. If you get angry, usually you don't get angry to a stranger for no reason. In your life, if you get angry 100 times, 95% you get angry to your family member who help you to grow. It can be your father, it can be your mother, it can be your children, it can be your family members who help you to grow by giving you food, by serving you, by protecting you, by raising you. So, as a Buddhist, anger should never be a solution to try to solve or to show your tension or to try to solve the situation. Anger should never be our friend that we invite in our family. So this is one of the major steps that Buddhists should follow in their life. If you get angry, it's okay, sleep. If you get angry, just go to a pagoda or somewhere. But don't show that anger to the family. Because we are very small. Especially in Kerala, the Buddhist community is just a small. In this big world, your family is just a small, maybe 5, 6, 7 people. When you have difficult time, it is them who will suffer. It is them who will always be supporting you. And also when we are born, we born with nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even a single cloth. Not even a single penny. We born with nothing. And it is the family who help us, who raise us, who support us in all the good and bad times. Look at the mothers, the way they care children. If you leave the children by themselves, they're going to scratch and they're going to literally dug the eye out of themselves. The children are that stupid, literally. And it is the parents who always support us. So this is the reason why anger should never be a solution or a reaction as a Buddhist. So this is how you follow Buddha. This is how you follow Babasaheb Ambedkar ji. This is their teaching, that you should remove that negative emotions. And you are Buddhist for 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, but you still have a lot of anger inside. And you say that I follow Buddha for the whole life. I don't know what you follow. I mean, following Buddha doesn't mean that you put a makeup and look like Buddha, isn't it? Following Buddha means following the teachings of Buddha. Otherwise, what do you follow? So the Buddha's teaching is to follow, to reduce the negative emotion, to control negative emotion, to be a good person. And removing anger is one of the things that I would say so. And another thing that I would say that becomes an obstacle in our life, each and every one of you, especially let's talk about the children, each and every one has a potential to become a great scholar. Each and everyone has a potential to become absolutely like Babasaheb Ambedkar ji. But one thing that is avoiding them. In ancient time, some people may not have an opportunity to study. In ancient times, some people may not afford to go to universities because it's very costly or whatever another reason. But nowadays, no. If you study, the facility is there. And thinking that I don't have a facility to go to a private school or an expensive school, that is just some excuse. Remember, all those great scholars, let's say at the time of Babasaheb Ambedkar ji, all those great scholars have not been to modern school like these days. All those great scholars at the time of Babasaheb Ambedkar ji don't even have facilities of a government school nowadays. The present government schools, doesn't matter how big government schools are, the present government schools are much better than those schools at the time of Babasaheb Ambedkar ji. What is lacking right now is a certain effort, diligent, right effort. If you just being lazy, then even if you go to a private school, the most expensive private school, you still cannot become nothing. You become nothing. Even if you go to a private school, if you don't study by yourself. Especially, the reason why I'm saying this is that I felt an emerging need of our younger generation to understand the importance of education and to study well, because that is your strength. If your children study well, then if your children just 10 years old, if you literally focus on that, if you literally invest your time and effort into that children who is 10 years old, around 17, 18 years old, after 7, 8 years, when the children become 17, 18, the children can literally uplift the whole family and the society. If you let the children study well, around the 18, 19 years, the children surely get a proper job if you want a job. Or else the children can do wonders. Literally, these days, if you have education, pretty much everything is possible and achievable. And this is the reason why laziness is our enemy. The difference between those great scholars and our children is those great scholars literally overcome the laziness. This is the reason why they became great scholars and wonderful person, even if they study in a very difficult school. Our children has much better schools compared to those scholars, even if our children go into the government schools, very weak school or very weak school. So what I'm telling all of you is to inspire the children to study more. Help them to get rid of laziness, because that is what avoiding us to reach to wonderful things. So laziness has, in Buddhist teachings, laziness has 3 types of laziness. Right? 3 types of laziness. The first type of laziness, I would say, is the common one. Procrastination, saying that okay, I will do it later, when you can do now, when you can study now. Just thinking that I will do it later, I will do it tomorrow or next year, postponing, delaying the time, delaying to do what you can do right now is one type of laziness. Generally nowadays when people talk about laziness, this is what people think, but no, in Buddhism there are three kinds of laziness, and this is the first laziness. The second type of laziness, the laziness number 2, is to think that I cannot do. There is one kind of laziness. Each and every one of you has a potential to become Buddha. The scholar is nothing compared to Buddha. Each and every one of you has a potential to become as great as Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji. But one of the things that avoid you to achieve that, to become something like that, is by thinking that I don't have this, I don't have that. So some sort of lack of self-confidence. By thinking that I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I cannot become that, and this is one type of laziness. So this is that laziness number 2. So you have to get rid of that, and you have to think that yes, I can do. If somebody can become Buddha, someone can become like great Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, why you cannot? You have the same amount of brain, you have the same amount of pretty much everything. You don't need to eat pizza to become scholar. All the great scholars in the past, they have much weaker food to eat. They have much worse house to stay in. They have worse facility compared to what facility we get to see nowadays in the government school, in the most weak school. If you compare to the ancient school, it's much better than those ancient school. At least there is a proper bench to sit. At least there is a reputed teacher who at least have done 10-15 years of studies. In ancient time, if you go back 20 years, 30 years, 40 years back, you get to see the teacher who study only 4 years. The 5th standard can become teacher. 30, 40, 50 years back, by studying from those teachers, if such a scholar can come, if somebody can become such a scholar, why you cannot? One of the obstacles is that I cannot do, I will not become, I'm not. No. Doesn't matter if you, whether your father is scholar or not, you have a potential to become scholar. If you track back, take an example of one scholar. His father is scholar, his grandfather is scholar. Not every time his father or grandfather is scholar. Not every time his family members, there are scholars in his family members. He doesn't need. So what I'm talking is about laziness too. You should have that confidence that I will be able to do. So according to Buddha and the great scholars, that is laziness number 2. And you have to overcome that. What it called is that you keep yourself busy in some worldly things. For example, if you want to become doctor, but you keep yourself busy with some other things, you think that, oh, that is also necessary to do. When you have to study, don't roam yourself or don't engage yourself with other activities. Engaging into other activities that doesn't lead to your goal is also one type of laziness. For a monk, my duty is to practice Buddha's teachings and also to share Buddha's teachings to others so that others can also practice. To share to others so that the message of love and compassion can last longer in this world, so that this can bring more light and happiness in the life of others. That's my duty. But if I keep myself busy doing other things, let's say if I keep myself so busy farming, if I keep myself so busy with doing other things, that doesn't help my practice. that doesn't bring happiness in the life of others. If I keep busy constructing this, constructing that, if I put a lot of my time into that, then there is also one type of laziness. For the students, if you keep busy, your duty is to study as a student. You are not a housewife. You are not a pandit that work in or a monk or a nun. So you as a student, your duty is to study. So besides studies, if you keep yourself so much into the games, if you engage yourself so much into watching television, if you keep yourself so much into doing farming or any other activity rather other than studying, there could be some activity you have to do like eating, sleeping. That is okay. There is must needed activities. But beside that, during the time of studying, if you keep yourself busy with other activities, that is also one of the laziness. So, as a student, you have to study. And each and every one of us has our own different responsibilities. So, keeping that in mind, just focus on that. Don't get distracted to different things, because that is what is considered as one of the laziness. So that's how each and every one of you should understand these three laziness, and also help the children, the younger generation, to get rid of these three laziness. Let them do work, their duty right at the present. Do not let them delay. One. Second, to give them enough confidence. Third, do not let them distracted by other activities. When they are supposed to study, they should study. And when you are working, whatever the work that you are doing, just concentrate on that, so that then nothing is unachievable. Everything is achievable. Especially in our community, the elder generation has been through a lot in many sense. And as Buddha for our disciple, for our monks, we respect our elders. That is considered a very important thing. It is very important to respect elders in the family, in the community. If you respect the elders in the family, then that gives them a lot of courage and strength to work for the family. If you respect the elders in the community, especially who take responsibilities in the community, if you respect them, that gives them extra strength and responsibility. So it is very, very important, especially our community is very small. In our generation, we have not seen a lot of things. But in our great-grandfather's generation, they have been through a lot of difficult time. So our community, especially the elders in our community, deserve more respect than anybody else. So if there are any older people in our community, we should show double respect than any other community, because they deserve it. And also when our community is still weak in many sense, look at how many temples we have, how many proper temples we have. So we have to show respect. We have to encourage our the chief or any person who is taking responsibilities in the community. We should respect them. That will encourage them to work harder, to work more, so that our community can become better. Especially women. There is one very big issue. In a Buddhist, one of the wonders of teaching is that we have the teaching of equality. Women doesn't need to see Buddha in the man. Women are also Buddha in themselves. Everybody is Buddha in themselves. I mean, everybody has a seed of Buddha in themselves. So we should respect each other, respect even even if one is taking responsibility of the house or anything that the person is doing, you should show. And one of the things that I really like about this gathering, when I came here last time, I saw that they're giving puruskars, prizes or something, appreciation, something to a lot of people. That is very good. That is very, very good, because we should appreciate our own people who are working for our community. And then they won't be able to provide that prizes or puruskars to each and every individual. But each and every individual should play such a role in your life. To work for your family, to work for yourself, to work for your family, and to work for the community, because more than anybody in this country, you need to do something extra for yourself. Your family needs to do something extra for the family. Your community needs you more than any community need. So this is the reason why laziness is something that can avoid. From one side, remove the laziness. From another side, encourage each other. Appreciate each other, respect each other. Because if anybody in the family don't cooperate, it affects the whole family. If anybody in the community don't cooperate, it affects the whole community. So that's why be responsible mother, be responsible father, be responsible and caring, loving mother, be responsible, loving and caring father, as well as be responsible and respectable children. In some community that I know, they help each other, whether it's brothers or whether it's neighbors, and they help each other to have a better livelihood. So similarly, I recommend, in fact I request to all of you, because there are many kind of people. Some people are capable to only feed their family. Some people are capable to do a lot of work. Some people have this capability to come up with many different ideas. So in the community, everybody is different. So what I'm trying to say here is help each other. Doesn't matter whether other one is your relative or not. We all are same chila. We all are same children of Buddha. We all are same followers of Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji. So from that perspective, just because you respect Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, just because you are a children of Buddha, that makes you one family. The hand become weak if thumb become weak. The hand become weak if this finger become weak. The hand become weak if little finger become weak. The hand is strong when all the fingers are strong. Similarly, the community is strong when each and every one of you are strong. I'm sure that there are many of you who have different idea of business, different idea of different things. When you are enough with, but you have different ideas, but you as a single person cannot amplify all those ideas to be better in life in terms of materialistic things, the needs of life. So please share your ideas to your neighbors. You are to share your ideas to the people of your community, so that everyone becomes better. Look, nothing is permanent. Today you help somebody, there will be a day when somebody will help you. Even if not that person. Buddha said that if you help that person, don't expect something from that person. When you help, you sincerely help. Now what I'm saying, in our community, we should help each other just because we are same follower of Ambedkar. The other person respect the Ambedkar that you see as a model. Ambedkar is our Ambedkar, so the other person is also following our Ambedkar. So from that perspective, you should support that person who are in need. Especially in our community, everyone has something to support another one. You might have a time when somebody is making a house, go and help them even if you have 1 hour. There is still something that you can do. If you have a good education, help somebody who need it. Maybe you have Saturday, 1 hour, 2 hour. Maybe you are going to college. When you come back home from a college, help some of our younger children. Teach them something for 1 hour. Give some advice or teach something. Each and every one of you have something that you can contribute to the community. Please. This is a time. Don't worry about what others says. Don't worry about what other things. From your side, you play that important role in your community. Now, each and every one of you has something to contribute to the community. And this is how our community can grow. I thought that I will give more Dhamma talks, but this is also in one way I thought is a very important, because we need to grow. And I think this is very emerging time. And also this is the time when you have education, you can pretty much achieve everything. So from Dharma, from a Buddha's teachings perspective, remove those 3 laziness, respect each other's, remove the anger and those things, because that make people weak. So when I come here next time, I'm looking forward to hear. I would like to hear appreciation of people, to those people who work and who do things for the community. So I'm begging, requesting to each and every one of you to do something for the community whenever you have time. Help the community to grow together. And for that, unite is very important in a community, in a family, within a couple, within our friends, within anything. In different places, like for example in Ladakh, we have every village, we have mother society. So all the mother collect together and they have this society and they do something together. And then there is a friends group, something club. So in one village, there are many different groups. Okay, there is this club. They may have a sporting club, but what they do, they repair the pagodas, or they repair the stupas, chaityas. Okay, they name a sporting club. Yeah, they might be doing something related to sport, but what they truly do, this is what I've seen. There is a mother association. So this mother, maybe in some village, might be 5 mother or 10 mother, 10 women, 15 women. They gather together. They work together. They may not have a government or a private job, but they do something in themselves. They make a living out of it. And also, the young group, the elder group, the ex-army group, or different groups are there in one community. So when few people gather together, it becomes a powerful force. And then there are a lot of things that you can do. So this is what I suggest each and every one of you. With this, I would like to conclude my. Actually, there are a lot of things that I wish to share. It's just one time in a year that I get to see all of you. I truly want that you all grow. The children grow very nicely with a very educated person. I really care about this community. So out of the care, I can't do nothing much. At least I can share few words that may help this community to grow. I'm on different projects right now. I'm making a library or a temple in Ladakh. I'm doing few other things at the same time. So I'm not capable myself, unfortunately, but I truly wish and want to make a vihara for all of you to pray and to gather time to time. But right now, I'm not in a position, and I feel very sad to say this. But in future, I hope that we have some support somewhere, I don't know. Or I really hope that I can contribute something to this community, maybe to make a temple so that you all can gather. I may not be able to come, maybe once a year, maybe I don't know. But I really hope that you have some place to gather. If you have a pagoda or some place to gather together, then you not only need the Vesak day together, you can gather every month, every second Saturday, every second Sunday, every last Sunday. You can gather and have a meeting to talk about what we can do for our community. Like when many people gather, everybody have a different opinion, different ideas. So then we can use those ideas to help our own community. So my prayers that may we have some pagoda soon so that we can gather for a meeting, for a prayer, for any gathering. If we don't have any support from outside or a government, anybody, then I pray that may I be able to help this community with a pagoda hopefully soon. I don't know when, but I try and I hope. Thank you very much.